What's up, everybody? So we getting right into it. This your boy Paper Money 24. So right now, today, as far as I've been made aware, right, we have two dead Americans, two alive and one wounded, right now in Mexico on a attempt kidnapping, right? So the reason why I chose to bring this type of news to the forefront is because a lot of us sometimes we get sidetracked focusing on, you know, Kanye getting his deal back with Adidas or Puff Daddy being investigated by the FBI. And we lose focus on the safety of the people that's still here, still alive right now, when traveling abroad, right? And they say these people were going to basically do some type of surgery. So I don't know if it was a setup, and depending on how much the surgery costs, is what required the setup, or they had them misconstrued with a Haitian gang. So I'm gonna let you guys hear what it is CNN has to say about it, right? Just so you guys are made aware of what's really going on.
American kidnapping victims are dead. Two others, authorities say, are alive, and a source tells CNN right now that one of those two locked in a battle to survive. The race against the clock to find the hostages started last week in Matamoros, just across the border, with a brazen attack. You can see it here. Gunmen firing on that white minivan before pulling Americans from the car and speeding away. CNN's John Miller is working his sources from New York. CNN's Kylie Atwood monitoring this from the State Department. We begin with our security correspondent, Josh Campbell, in Los Angeles. Josh, what's the latest on the sad tragedy here?
Yeah, sad indeed, John. And since this incident began, I've been talking to sources, trying to get information about where these victims were, what the U.S. government was doing to try to find them. And to a person, these sources told me that, look, the prospect here is very grim. And that is because of that video that you just showed, that graphic video where you see individuals being loaded and shoved into the back of that white vehicle. One U.S. official told me that that appeared to be the aftermath of this original incident. And because of that violent nature of the attack, as well as you see people being loaded into the car that didn't appear to be moving, again, the sources feared the worst, even as they work to try to release these captives. We are learning, as you mentioned, though, the breaking news here that two of those American citizens were found deceased. Of the other two, those who survived, I'm told that one is in grave condition, was severely wounded during this encounter. Now, as far as where they were found, a source tells me that it was at some type of clinic in Matamoros, which of course is the area where these American citizens traveled when they went from South Carolina to Texas and then into Mexico, seeking some type of medical procedure. They, of course, were quickly met by gunfire as they traveled into Mexico. One source told me that law enforcement believes at this point that a cartel known as the Gulf Cartel mistook these American citizens for Haitian drug smugglers, opened fire. I'm told that law enforcement doesn't believe this began as a kidnapping operation. It was some type of kill operation between two types of rival factions. However, these American citizens mistaken for drug smugglers, they were engaged by these attackers and then taken away. And of course, where this goes from now, I'm told, John, by a source just before we got on the air, that Mexican officials will be conducting the forensic examination of the two bodies, those two who are deceased. After that medical examiner does the review to determine the cause of death, those remains will be handed over to the U.S. government and then repatriated.
So yeah, like I was saying, these guys was maybe misconstrued as a Haitian cartel, maybe trying to move some illegal drugs or firearms within the country limits, and it was met with rapid or with immediate address. Either way, it just goes to show that when we are traveling into other countries, we need to be aware of our surroundings. You know, make sure that the people who are most important to you are always notified. Make sure you have your GPS tracker on your phone just for encounters like this, right? Because regardless to what we have going on over here in America, right, and in the entertainment field, right, nothing is more important than real life people, right? Because we know that when things hit the fan, we all we got. So don't always be sidetracked on who or what your favorite idol or your favorite hero is doing. Check on your neighbor. Make sure when your neighbor's going out of town or flying in and out the country, right, that you aware just in case for situations like this. You know, don't always feel the need to have to fly out of a country because you feel the price might be cheaper, to go get some type of medical procedure done because it could be a setup. Some of the best doctors are right here in America. And I know we can't really always afford them, but if you can, try to get your procedures done right here. There's a lot of crimes being done, especially when it comes to our sisters. Black, white, Asian doesn't matter to me, Latin. And this is real news. This is what's important. Who's addressing this? I look at some people's podcasts and some people's YouTube pages, and they got over 400 something thousand subscribers. And they need to spread this awareness to our brothers and our sisters and our families that travel internationally, so they are made aware because just because we grew up with our antennas up, don't mean everybody is aware of that kind of principle you have to bestow upon you. That principle was forced on a lot of us. So the people in the entertainment world and these powerful people with these YouTube pages, right? Make the people aware of something real sometimes. We can get back to the entertainment. And this is your boy Paper Money 24.